You see, we're one of the very few states that are heavily endowed with huge deposits of solid minerals. For instance, there's potential for cement production. It's very huge. There's gold, there's tantalite, all in commercial quantity, clearly defined and have been empirically found to be in commercial quantity. Well, of course, another key area of opportunity is infrastructure. You see, there's so much infrastructure. For instance, the issue of trying to move gas for independent power plant. Since the energy sector has been completely unbundled now, it creates enormous opportunity for those who can come in at different value chain area of energy support. You can come either in support for gas or support for driving energy production. There's transmission opportunities, and of course there's distribution opportunities. And most importantly, the market to absorb it there is huge. For instance, in Ghana, about 3 million people, like I said yesterday, more than 2/3 of the population are still between the ages of 15 and 65. So it tells you that the working capacity is huge. The youth are very available to drive any growth strategy that comes in there. One of the most important areas, again, is the issue of availability of water. Currently, River Niger is being dredged to give way for waterways. So it tells you there's ample opportunity to move goods, and it's from the main port you have at the sea to the hinterland, likely through the waterways. This is another investment that can be taken into consideration. Of course, the rail is there. Rail will move through our state, right from Lagos to Kano. These are two key areas where there are also opportunities for investment. You know, there's opportunity for investment in education. I said yesterday, there's a huge percentage of unemployed youths that would be skewed towards vocational training support scheme. This would build skills that are readily available for application. So the opportunities are on and on and on. Almost every sector that's been clearly outlined by the Honorable Minister of Trade are on the macro level available at our doorstep of our state. And most important, like I said yesterday, we've set up a public-private partnership office. It's a one-stop shop that gives you information on all available opportunities that you can take in Kwara State to see how to create a strong partnership for growth and development. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Richard. That is Kwara State giving you what we have, and they're ready for investment, ready for business. But of course, again, we have heard some of the speakers talking about opportunities in terms of manufacturing in Nigeria. And in fact, another speaker mentioned the other time that the manufacturing sector is not probably right yet. As you, as a leader in this organization, what is the association actually doing to make sure that the manufacturing industry get off?
Thank you very much indeed. Before I react to your question, permit me to make just two observations on the very, very beautiful presentation by the Honorable Minister of Investment, Trade and Industry. And from this, that will provide the necessary background to what I want to say. He did say, to part of his closing remarks, said, think Africa, think Nigeria. And I looked at it, I made a presentation a week ago in the UK. And after the presentation, all the companies in the UK that have subsidiaries in Nigeria, their share prices went up by 10%. Just because I did cloud it, I said exactly what is happening. The do's and the don'ts, the gains, and where we still have to do a bit better. Africa today, in area size, is about 11 million. It's about 11.7 million square meters. As you are aware, Nigeria is just under 1 million. Africa can house, Africa in size is bigger than China, Europe, and the entire USA. You can put them inside Nigeria, and they are still in space.
Wow.
And Africa, sorry, in Africa, China, Europe, and the USA. So, in terms of area, it is Africa. And Africa is fertile or used with potentials tells you why, when people talk of growth, they talk about Africa. But you can't talk of Africa without Nigeria. Nigeria, with close to 170 million people. I mean, people talk of 167, 168. If we had any problem at all, it's because we don't know the exact number that we are there. Certainly, I talk of 170 million people. It then means 1 out of every 16 Africans in Nigeria. When the problem we had during the military regime, everybody was running to South Africa, but today you've seen that there is no market, virtually no market. And with the continued restructuring the country that makes sure that we are doing the right thing, you could now see the shift. Everybody is talking about Africa, everybody is talking about Africa. Now, anybody going to a new country, you want to know what is happening to the investors there. In Nigeria, we are very, very confident. We are partnered with government in ensuring that the big unemployment rate in the country is brought down. 23 out of 100 million, out of 100 Nigerians, they are without jobs. If you were to break this into segments, I said this yesterday, I want to say it again as a prayer to my discussion. The figure is close to 40. 40 out of 100 of jobs. There is nothing you can do to solve this except do this sort of restructuring within the that I just presented. And one, manufacturing. The growth, the last 10 years, they've been talking about, definitely the last 5 years, you look on average about 7%. But that growth is trapped here. It's only with restructuring that we can then, everybody in the country will benefit, get the real sector of the economy to move, and that's why manufacturing is benefiting. We're very confident we are there, we're going. And the government are doing the right. Number one, there is now a level playing field that has been created to investors. You must have heard in the past, there is what we call incentives. And waivers. Today, if it is necessary at all to create incentives or grant waivers as a strategic tool to move the economy forward, such concession will be given to everybody in the sector, not to a single manufacturer. And this is you improve confidence in the country. You don't need to know one minister to know the president. You don't have to be entitled to what you should get as a manufacturer. I think it is working extremely well. We're very happy. He did mention about the point of foreign direct investment. I want to emphasize too that anybody coming in want to know what the local investors are doing. Local investors are investing there. The Heineken are doing it. They just completed, whether it might be an expansion of their capacity close to about 70 billion in the country. They have the confidence they can take that money elsewhere. I'm aware too that companies like Unilever did the same, Nestle, not to talk of the local manufacturers. Talk of people like Dangote. He could have taken his money to the US and be a big-time investor there. But because of the interest and the confidence he has in the future of the country, the money is staying in Nigeria. These are some of the things we are talking about. And the government, they are the listening tired. I remember when Sheikh Ganga was the Minister of Finance, he did challenge the manufacturers. He said, don't come to me peacefully. Tell me exactly what you require. And we went back and we prepared a 94-page blueprint, which we thought should accelerate the development of manufacturing in the country. I want to say to you that the recommendations we made there, about 40% have been implemented. I think it is that. We did say every day we talk about infrastructure, you know, power. I mean, everybody knows it is. But what do we do in the, presently to alleviate the sufferings of manufacturers? A gazette came out 6 months ago, given relief. We call it infrastructure relief. If you as a manufacturer, you are providing infrastructure support, our roads and the like. These facilities should have been provided by government. Government is now saying that you're going to get a tax rebate for doing so. These are interim measures which I believe I want to tell you, to say the government are doing. There's also what we call the employment relief. If you employ X number of people, it's tied to certain criteria. I think they must be fresh graduates, 3 years or whatever, never worked before. You must be a credible manufacturer, and so on and so forth. You're also entitled to what is called employment relief. These are some of the things that have been done in the developed world. But for government to be thinking about it, since they are in support of manufacturing, they want to partner with manufacturers in order to move the economy forward. And I want to say to you too, that the manufacturers on their own, on their initiative, we are also doing the best and working in close consonance. We react to requests for input, and this is to the joint benefit of everybody. Thank you very much. I can go on and on and on. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Now.